April 2022. We come back na SierraTel. SierraTel don't know we radar for far too long now. With this go, all they happen, it don't know we radar. And now we brothers, now we sisters, now we mama, now we papa, now we uncle, now we first cousin, second cousin, last cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin. Now we family brother, now we family sister, now we adopted brother, now we adopted sister. Now then did it. So, if things are happening over there, I feel say we say for able for bear the pain. Well, Prince Bio, when are the MD say, in they ask them for return to work. They don't know some man 6 months, some man 5 months, some man 1 year. It depends on what thing they look for when a compensation where they not get salary. If na the one now where you take leave allowance, so all the one they not get. But the managing director say, do you let them return back to work? Then say, they know they return to work. Pass them pay them. So, what do you say? Let we help with the managing director and beg them, let them go back to work. Or, let we join the law, tell them, say, una not do, una not goody. Who saw you team up by this one? Back and forth, don't they? Not the first time where they can lay SierraTel na table na ya. Not to the first time. But now would all reach 2022. The workers they don't have say then they pay them transport, then they go but they go sit down, they know they work. Then they around, they know they work. Managing director they beg them. Let them go back to work. Government go help them. Go solve them problem. Then say they need the one. So we the fumble them. What till we see? Now talk to fumble, let them go work. Or now tell fumble, let them tell say, una not do one. Una not do one. Let them pay una, then get money. What I tell you say government get money? Who tell you say government get money? I say government no get money. I left them here. I go. Eh? So say you dey. The problem get for solve. Edmonda Jenna he say how them go feed. Mamiti Mamiti come and say at least make them pay them half something first. Then give them something. But you not go say they give nothing. Though you still say let them can no more. Government though you really cry. But nothing, not for them. This one, EABO. Not so. Before I can play waiting we hear from 98 this morning, let's just remind you quick. Waiting the government of Sierra Leone through the office of the president, the National Commission for Privatization, waiting they be don't tell we. On the 30th of March 2022, there was a press release which say privatization of SierraTel. Just in case you know be don't look that one day. Make I help you quick now. Privatization of SierraTel. Then I waiting the government be want me and you for no. He said the attention. Who the attention? The attention of the commission. Then the Commission for Privatization. He said they look into a series of misguided. That means say people in the right thing they will not to true. Who side they say then the right time? They say on social media. Hey, we get for fen. We get for fen a judge and a lawyer for social media. But anyway, let's continue. He say people in the right thing the way not to true. For sure, people in the wrong way. Now social media, and to some extent, then they even put on a newspaper, na salon, where get for deal with the privatization of SierraTel. So, because of their causing where they we not so true, the government wants you for know the following. They say what you not so true. But then they can't tell you what's in at true. Now they help for tell you so now. Through the government, so. Now what's in the government say? Okay. The privatization of SierraTel, they say it go through due process. And the government want for make you know say, when they say due process, it go through the relevant stakeholders. And Sentinel Telecommunications Company now emerge as the most responsive company with the kind of money and technical capacity. The money we then go need Sentinel Telecommunications then say na able for proof say then go able provide that money there and the technical capacity for pull SierraTel panda die dekedake business with SierraTel deeper right now. I hope you're listening. I do this for a reason because Ugo Kanyeri, the general manager just now, in get waiting they can't tell we about Sentinel. But let we listen from the government's own side when through the National Commission for Privatization, through the Office of the President, now this they want me and you for no. Okay? One they say Sentinel Telecommunications go through the due process. And because they go through the due process, when they watch them inside, they watch them ado, they watch them konayai, they watch them koju, then find out say, then go get the capacity for provide the finance and the technical know-how which SierraTel need. Is somebody listening? I tell you say, not to triple it okamu. Now waiting the government want me you for no. Number 2, the management of SierraTel. They say all 10 them be consult them during the privatization process. I want to make you take note of number 2, please, because we get for candy back. The management of SierraTel at all times, then be there during the privatization process. Now, so now what thing government tell me? Okay, then be there. Then be they take part or then be they observe. How then be they? Okay, then go answer we later. Then say the procurement process it go through the National Public Procurement Authority and no objection no be there that 10 day. Yeah. Okay. Until they are here, it go through the process, no objection, no been there. A lot of times, when the government can come, then tell we say, oh, then do review, oh, then do this, oh, then do that. Other people like can say, then show we the people that they be do review too. Let them show you the people that them be asked. Because as far as we're concerned, we not see nothing. Anyway, right now, the government say, no objection not been there. Then go through the procurement process. Linkly one. The commission no sell SierraTel. The commission not sell SierraTel to any investor, but na concession agreement na they reach with Sentinel Telecommunications Company. They say not to sell and sell, but they get one kind agreement. When me say, okay, una they come, but now we still get them. Now so the government they tell me and you. Okay. Let's continue. Then say inside this concession agreement when they get to Sentinel, even the Attorney General in office and the Ministry of Finance, they say don't look inside, they don't look at do, and they don't get one objection. Okay? Alright. In case you don't know, now they make you know so. Then say also the concession agreement now in the interest of the nation. Papa, we go see we had no. Then got trust so then go say now in the interest of the nation. Then give we grant to then go say now in the interest of the nation. This one then say now in the interest of the nation. They cancel my mama airport. Then say now in the interest of the nation. Anyway, Triple A left. You left. Come back to topic. No verse, yeah? No verse. But they continue. In the interest of the nation, I then do this. Because it go make boku money come to the government. It go make waiting boku money come to the government. We go include concession fees and taxes, as well as it go create. They use the word massive. Heleba, bebebe employment. Nine go come. Hey, right? Okay. In case you don't know, you didn't know now. They say the concession agreement, they protect the interest of the current staff them where they SierraTel. Okay. Alright. Well, something I make the staff they would SierraTel. Then they say, let them give Sentinel. Let Sentinel can take over one time because they don't get this part. We say go protect them. Alright, so. Not black and white today. But now they go no more. Now ask we neighbor in a sal cab how they won't be passed for them. At the end, the concession agreement, the assets will come back to the government of Sierra Leone. So then say you they go and pass, they don't sell SierraTel, not to sell and sell. But one kind way, then get one agreement we go make boku money can to the government. Boku money can to the government. Alright. Into do you read this? Udayeri waiting the government through the Commission for Privatization and the Office of the President waiting they want me and you for no, but SierraTel. I tell you say, manager say, but dear, then the people can walk back. Some man 5 months, some man 6 months, they not pay them. Some man they allowance them for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and they not give them. But then say they tire now, they sit down. Manager said, no, but una can't walk. He said, first of all, una sit down. Then when they self way, be they make small money, they can't sign. Then they left, then they pay again. So una can't let that small money they can, even though we come, we the hold on to we self, in not talk that part do. You the hold on to we self, then una they still pay una, but una still can no more. So that small money go can we go get. That part in a Tripoli. To ready democracy. But dear, Fambulem, let we listen. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
When I reach na SierraTel office na bus station around 10:40 in the morning, Solidarity na the song where I meet workman dem dey sing. And na dem voice you just listen to. Where I reach, first thing wey me eye pass pa, na about 2 truck police motorcar wey park near the fence na SierraTel office. Next thing wey I see na ground, na egg, broom, granite kanda, and other thing dem.
Aye, Hollande. Fanga damado reach SierraTel domot. Egg, broom. Aye. Usman, what's happening?
Front the office domot, and when I ask workman dem na wetin this, then say na Fankada man Sarah.
Who da put hande? Ato, who go put Fangada ma front SierraTel domot? The management on the workers. Who do who? It's not the morning. So who is a loss? They are about to show me road. Fangadama. For Uda. For the workman there. Oh no, for the man. Anyway, there was Fangadama at the remote for SierraTel. Law continue, yeah? Aye.
This word be make I take me time and push back.
No, smart you need for pushback, yeah?
And come out na do and begin talk to workman dem, but the reason we make them sit down na do.
We don't start this guy from last week. We don't sit down strike, peaceful one.
What's not the reason?
Because of we don't have 6 good months, no salary.
One, this person where they talk say 6 good months, no salary. Take note, yeah?
3 years, leave allowances, no payment.
3 years, they not pay them leave allowance.
No medical facility, 3 good years. Nursing, 3 good years, no payment.
So when they say 3 years, and this administration done there for 4 years, so that be say the first year things then be go well. Eh? Let they take them to the years the way they call. When we say the first year things were done properly, but after that, what went wrong?
Uniform for women, them. Nothing for the past 3 good years.
All the way they talk 3 years. Eh?
Nothing to nothing. The site where they open the provinces, them all on shut down due to this bad management.
Waiting next on I get for do if they're not address on a issue them.
We see the sidon.
No, we 7 months. They not pay we salary.
This in a 7 months. The other one has 6 months for salary. This is 7 months. I tell you, all man gets you.
3 years leave. We get 1 year backlog. They not.
Okay, 3 years leave, 1 year backlog. So now waiting. Okay.
We pay with medical in worse. We can't this money as usual for continue with this strike. We just see them car with 2 truck police them for we.
The 2 truck police. So who do they pay for their service then they them police then this one? Nah, SierraTel management then they pay. Or now for just keep the peace na police then you that one day just in case they want look the other way and begin perform. Well, sometimes I make Fangada Maka inside you. Hey, okay.
Sit down now, corner. Now car with 2 truck police for we see that car who they make noise.
Who that particular say that word they say when they make noise for let
It's bio.
if they're not address on an issue, I will continue for strike.
Like na 6 months, we dey na ya. Like rain come, we dey na ya. We got no side, we dey ya.
Then workman carry on say every day plenty pa dem can work, but say they not go continue because them self get family for take care of.
When they can work every day, even when they need to pay, they can work. Could you believe that? When they pay, we on transport, so that they get motor car, they buy fuel, can work. And when they meet them back, in fact, they not care. In fact,
They not care. In fact, they not care. That's now waiting. This worker in the claim say the management of SierraTel not care.
one day the MD talker, he say, who that wants to come, who that wants to not come.
He said the MD say who that want to come, who that want to not come. If you want for deny say the MD not say so, I'll play video for you because we'll be done deal with that one day now.
Everywhere closed, all while world SierraTel will close the office. Nothing they go on for right now. Even the network, it is shake.
Now to go that network that one day they that one day they shake. Yeah.
Continue for work if they not pay una?
No, not possible, my dad. We're not work until them pay we. How go then at this country here so people get for feed picking family there?
Me na say I tell her they work, sir.
Okay. Who's department today?
And then the commercial department from 6 months now. We not get leave allowance. We not get nothing, absolutely nothing. So now we make we then go for strike for we money because we made for understand say now Sentinel one company one can take over, but then people that are away now we now Boston. They no green left replace it.
Listen, no, yeah. He say they make for understand say Sentinel instead of it to you waiting government say no to so. Now from the workers them, they say they make for understand say Sentinel one can take over, but the one the way they there now for agree for come out.
Something happen. If I let them pay we want to money and we angry. We want to money.
After them.
Then don't work. Remember, they have provided the service, but the compensation in the form of salary and other things them 30 days they not receive them. You think say correct? I like na bad workman, a good workman but okay.
Concern ya, I've been talking to the managing director for SierraTel, Prince Bio, we say they're aware of them challenge here, but say we know they for do because money no they for run this institution.
Hey, Usman, no you're here for my
not get the funds that we go satisfy every one of them.
He say the managing director Prince Bio say they not get the funds we go satisfy every one of them. SierraTel, the government of Sierra Leone. Yeah. When this strike begin first, the Minister of Information was very active and involved. The first thing they make, now in Kande, then do it right up all. Minister salvage the situation. Minister this, minister that. Minister don't put SierraTel workers at ease. Minister all kind thing then talk say minister do. But dear, where is the Minister of Information right now? Who's ID? A Minister of Information. Mohamed Raman Soare. I just ask for me cousin them. Because that first time, if you don't cut your car, if you don't pop in collar, say it don't bring everything, sanity to SierraTel. So what's happening now? And not be able? Or now because Prince Bio, the managing director, say money no day. And him don't go promise. So the promises don't fail. So he refused for come now for cancer. Now maybe talk tradeo. If you're new to this platform, trust wait till they talk. But the people that we know you know say we be don't deal with this before, and these are things that we will be don't talk na ya before. Okay. Now continue.
With NASIT says they don't invite we that we are in arrears. We are aware.
So even the workers they NASIT, they know they pay. NASIT invite SierraTel management say, "Una come." So what's in the gun? Una no say una need they even pay NASIT for them workman there. And say pa, then salary self no able pay and NASIT now go pay. But they are aware. But dear, una ask the managing director ba, when last? Una ask her. When last he gets in own salary? Una sabi? When last he gets in salary? There way sabi le ano, yeah? Let's continue.
Because what can happen, how we get the money, we can just try for pay basic salary, NRA will not able to pay.
When they get money, na basic salary then they pay. But these people tell you say 5-6 months, people they not get salary. Okay? So na basic salary then they pay NRA nothing.
NASIT not able.
NASITO nothing. This time the managing director they explain. Now we hear it from your own side. Not for the workers they no more go hear you know hear it from inside.
But we make sure say we satisfy, pay them, then we continue.
We make sure say we satisfy, we pay them, then we continue. But the people there, and then see don't so they complain. So that satisfy way they talk, that was 5-6 months ago. But right now, money no dey. And the worst part of the one them we share a network SF interview, they say Christmas. Ebo. Hi. Okay.
Now, regarding other services like NatCom licensing, all those are outstanding.
Now,
All thing they no pay. All thing outstanding.
man, they don't say they not go work pass on a pay them.
We not go force anybody for. We only persuade them for work.
We not go force anybody for work because the workman they don't say pass them, pay them before they go work. He say we not go force anybody for work. But then they persuade them. Then they talk to them. Say, but they are not work, we understand, but in Tranga for we all, but they are not work. Who they persuade them?
Because the more we move away from the work, the more we lose the customers.
The more they move away from the work, now the more we they lose with customers. We Sierra Network, if I call the manager right now, I put an eye, I go tell you, see, this month where we pay for, now we losses. And I don't think we want for pay again next month or no. We don't begin look for an alternative for make we get. Because yes, we want for go with SierraTel and everything, but you not go get inside one. You pay for 30 days or 28 days, you only get service for 10 days. Then I don't think. So now 3 they talk. We say we don't plan for left them till then get the house in order.
Existing customers and don't begin left. The customer they shrink anytime strike day.
That's true.
Customers they left with network.
Who they left day? Una not serious. Una network they shake like breeze. Like that mango tick. Dominion. No good you. No continue, yeah?
The revenue not they come. So that strike not go solve the problem.
He says strike not go solve the problem. Okay, this now for Ufambule with the strike. Strike, manager say, no they solve the problem. Aye! What thing go solve the problem? Dunia. Waiting go solve the problem. Waiting go solve the problem. If strike not the solve them.
Better wait for NCP and government.
He say make them wait for the National Privatization Commission and government. Let them wait for them. But this strike, how they say that they strike? Let's solve the problem.
Let them go through the due process they're done. When they're done, if the new company come, if they can't take over all their liabilities, say, so be it.
If the new company come, listen now. This guy not glad for that new company, Sentinel. He said what they don't done. If the new company come, the new company say in they can't take over all the liability then, so be it. So you know, you know let the new company take over the liability for pay them people, yeah? Anyway, he says so be it. Yes, Prince Bill. Would they listen to you, sir?
But we will not write NCP officially. We copy several of the stakeholders say the process by which they selected that company was faulty.
Listen, I tell you now, the government in your paper press release say, what did they say? They say they include even the SierraTel management. They say all the stakeholders they are aware and nobody no get objection. Well, Prince Bio, the managing director for SierraTel, now they tell we otherwise. In they tell we say that process where the government say no get any objection. Prince Bio say faulty. I left mouth. I open my eye. Wide say, huh? So how they say you be mixed there, Prince Bio? Manager, sir. They say you be mixed there, sir. Now you they tell we say you don't write letter all across for tell they say the process where they use is faulty. Okay. We take up faulty process. What's in again, sir?
I did not do due diligence on that company.
And say, Prince Bio say, the kind of way they for scrutinize the company. He said they not do it. Government tell we say they scrutinize them properly. Yeah, la. Hey, yes sir. What again and not do sir?
That company not get capacity for transform SierraTel.
He say the company not get capacity for transform SierraTel. What I be tell you, not all the government tell we say, when they don't look Sentinel inside, they look Canado. What did them fair not? Them fair not say Sentinel get the capacity financially and waiting technically for build SierraTel back. Managing director na SierraTel say, what to so? They not get her. So what's out down there now? Eh? Alright, they not get capacity for build SierraTel. Eh? Now I make it talk say. He say if they I no say force as they tell that company they waiting SierraTel the liability now they go check before then say look at $5 billion. Check them. A price I put not to so a be. They no can say just on a triple A be talking. Say look at then the company say but don't worry. Na chicken change. We they sort them out. But also be getting like Sal Cab, tiki, and the people learn tiki, taka, or like that. But anyway, please be they contradict all what I read for you from the office of the president. Now they contradict so. Okay? Alright, no continue.
Prince Bio, managing director for SierraTel, end up calling workman them for make them start for go work back. So take government look inside them issue. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Mina Usman Kamara, the report.
Okay, one for tell Usman Kamara thank you and Radio Democracy because now through them make me and you able for your reader one day. You know from government own side. You know from Mr. Prince Bio when I the managing director for SierraTel. So we just left middle now. You also hear from the workers of SierraTel. So now the work we get so now. And say let them go work. And say they know they go work. So what we get for tell them? Let them go or let them not go. But anyway, without wasting time, make a come with Usman Toli. Make we hear waiting na you take as usual. And this SierraTel saga. Yes, Usman Toli, welcome on board, sir. You get the platform.
Okay, thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. And so happy for hearing your voice back today. Thank you so much. And I think you raised a very good question. Should SierraTel workers resume work without being paid? Okay, hello, you hear me? No, I think it echo. Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I think we lost Usman Toli. Make we try for get him back. Let's try for get him back. Yes, we don't get you back, sir.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Yeah, Triple A, thank you so much for having me. You see, when you listen to the employees them for SierraTel, I think say they get a very solid point. And you yourself, I mean, you get to understand where you been the salon. One of the major difficulties that we've been face now network crisis. We make a good number of we will miss your program because of the same problem the workers then they strike for so. I think say then they're not a strike only for themselves, but then they strike for all of we. And I understand who side they come out, Triple A. Now you listen to the managing director, Winner Prince Bio. He make a statement. He say the strike no go solve the problem. Come on, AAA. This is not industrial action. People that don't go for 6 months, 7 months without being paid. What he expects them go do? This is not the question. You they work for 6, 7 months and now they pay you. And another listen to you. There is no management and employee engagement. You listen to all the protesters, them, the strikers, them. You listen to them, comment them. They say no engagement. Nobody know they talk to them. So you expect them people and they for go continue for work without being paid. How then go read and cry? How this go able to solve the problem? So I will tell you, say, Prince Bio, na joke, it a joke. Triple, like you mentioned, this is not the first time this way would they bring this topic and this program, SierraTel Leone program. I remember last year, then we almost go to on a strike where the Minister of Information being able to intervene and put the situation under control. So that strike day not being carried on for a longer period. So they be able to settle them. But you listen to the concerns. You listen to the interview where they interview them people here. First of all, them people here, they get their own family for feed. Then get them bills them for pay. Then get other problems them for solve. And they don't tell me clearly in terms of the condition of service not good. They know they pay for their nurses, when are them benefits them way, get for come way, then retire and all that stuff, and they get them. So what do you expect them people here for do? Of course, industrial action. Now the only way we then go able listening to them, AAA. And the fact remains that when you listen carefully to all the one way they interview, I think say one of the major problems here, now lack of management and employees engagement. Industrial actions, nothing where it happen all over. But sometimes they what can make it prolong or what can make it really serious now where there is no proper engagement with the management and employees then. And some of the responses then where they raise, they say the managing director tell them say they no get kindergartens picking them. This upset them. And I think say it exacerbates the problem because for some of them where they interview, they make them quite clearly say the remarks where the managing director make, they're not happy with them. For say, you don't get kindergarten picking them. That is very bad. That is not the way for engaged people. And when you look at these people, they're willing to give to the company. They don't work for the facts they work for 3, 4, 5 months. They don't pay you, still they continue for go work. I think say you get interest in the job. You get interest in the job. So what it takes now for let the manager make sure say you engage them properly and you know how to go about it. But again, what not help the situation? I listened to the interview where the Commissioner for Privatization make. I think there is a complete discrepancy. There is complete misunderstanding between the Commission for Privatization and that of the managing director. Because one way, normally, way then TIA can solve whether the company use a PPP model, when a private partnership, public partnership, or do some international contracting or some form of privatization. But the problem we'll get with some of them contract here, we country they take, then they go through the proper procurement process. And then they take the proper procurement process. What do I mean here? Clearly, AAA will listen to the managing director. And one of the major points that we raise is say this company, Centenaire, they don't get the capacity for take the challenges them we SierraTel get. That are one. And secondly, it say the Commission for Privatization, they not follow the due process, procurement process. So in that respect, it means that the managing director not happy with the way they go about the contract. And the workers, them, the employees, them, they not only they strike for their own interest, then they also strike for the interest of the country. Because they say the network is very poor. Very poor. The network very poor in that country. And don't forget, SierraTel, now the only company were owned by the state. Now a state-owned telecommunication service provider, where it will be reliable, where it will be very cheap, but in order to provide the service where effective enough, where we will call them a state-owned and a state-owned telecommunication service. I think those people out there, they want to know where they strike under. They not only strike for their own interest, but then they also strike for the interest of the nation. You see some of the placards them. It displays clearly about their concerns that one of the reasons why they lost revenue, one, because of poor management. The management capacity is poor. And that they lost revenue because they're not competitive enough with other private organizations there, other private institutions. And that this can be the outcome. We're not competitive enough in order to provide an effective service for compete with the private sector or for compete with other private entities then. In the final say, you get a revenue drain. And that is what is happening. In the end, they're not even able to pay the workers then. They're not get effective managerial system at the place there. And honestly speaking, for answer your question, AAA, where you say, should SierraTel employees resume the work and they do without being paid? No, AAA. Double no. This is an industrial action. Maybe they don't try all other avenues for let them engage management, for let them listen to them. But because they're not listening to them cry. So the last resort, now forgot to act industrial actions. And the fact remains that even when they ask, talk to the managing director, now bad talk you give them. That is not called for. As I say, they get their own bills them for pay. They get for look after their own family. And besides, even the benefits they get, short as nothing, they don't take off from them. So the only way I believe say and go able to listen to them now industrial action, strike. And the worst of it all, where this government could do now for send SSDs against them people here. Because I see they say they send 2 trucks them of police for go calm down the situation. Let not even go there. Because history will tell me, I remember the days of Kaba, former president of Sierra Leone. Yeah? Chijan Kaba. He tried that. Late President Kaba, he tried that. During a regime where some strikers, go on 2-week strike, now the very SierraTel. Then send OS to them for go, for go all them people and they. Where and go capture some of them, then send and go court. Yeah? For some of where we still get the history, you will find out say that thing there, it get serious implication on SierraTel. It make the SierraTel collapse internally. So let not even go there for send OS to them for go attack them people and they. Because history go repeat itself. And the only way where I feel say they go able to do this, I think say now proper procurement contract. Because I can remember, I think after the SierraTel did not collapse some years back, one of the measures them where the then government, I think it was in 2012 to 2013, what did them do? Then contract them internationally, yeah, they therefore contract SierraTel internationally, yeah, under what they call Management and Development International Company. We na be one Adele that are naim bin can head that company there, yeah. Where it come, it make a lot of changes, a lot of development they take place. Where the team being able regain empower, regain ability for able to provide the service the way people they want. I think say one of the recommendations where they get for look at is maybe apply a similar system, contract the thing to an international company for takeover, because it looks like to we self will not be able to manage some of them company here. A clear example of this, you listen to the managing director, where they at loggerheads with that of the commissioner for privatization. Clearly, you see what happened. Remember when we discussed Salcab AAA, the unbundling of Salcab, a similar problem arose where there was some form of disagreement between the Minister of Information and that of the managing director, na Salcab. The same issue arise where they not even consult the head na Salcab. Instead, they take him all by himself. We know the problems that will arise. So, this is not the first time this all the reading here na the institutions here. What am I saying here at AAA? Let's just crown this. This is important for how we get people we credible na the institutions here. We get for appoint people that we credible. We get the know-how. We get managerial skills. We will engage workers them. We get for appoint people on the basis of merit, not so on the basis of party or brother or sister or whatever. This na the ability for manage side. Yeah, you listen to the cries of the workers them, the employees them. Yeah, the management is poor. Now make the company not generate enough revenue for look after the workers then. They're not even able to pay NASIT for the workers then, or even pay their salary, not to talk about NASIT. So now the management situation I'm very poor now at the place there. Yesterday I listened to una conversation with I listened to a conversation about a BO in 4 years in governance. We therefore link them nicely with this. I know say I go off track a little bit. But what are they trying for talk here? Their administration had a need for wake up. Yeah, appoint people we get the knowledge and expertise for do effective service delivery. We see clearly there is some mismatch. There is clear mismatch there. And when you look at the mission statement, the vision statement of the new direction, yeah, it reads united, peaceful, progressive, and happy nation, where the people have access to jobs, food, education, and health services, and there is equal justice and equal opportunity for all. We aspire to become a middle-income country based on democratic and development state model. This is what it says in their vision statement. Well, I mean, for become a middle-income country, I don't think we are going the right way for become a middle-income country. Yeah, this is not the right way. Are we happy in the country? Ask yourself the question, because now one of the things that we then display clearly in our vision statement. Are they providing the jobs where the people are? Listen to the comments where the interview talk to the camera. Almost everybody is dissatisfied. Yeah, these are some of the examples. Yeah, there is always disagreement. Now the state institutions then. Managing director not happy with the Commission for Privatization. The procurement procedures, they know they follow them correctly. And this is now one of the things where we flag the previous government. We are not happy with some of these things. So if you not care again, they do, because one of the biggest areas where corruption they take place in that country, the procurement process. Now most of the things that they happen. Now we don't listen clearly to the managing director, Prince Bio. Say you're not happy with the way how they tender the contract. If you say Sentinel, they don't get the capacity, the ability for transform SierraTel. And SierraTel, they in a very bad state for a country where we expect they're going to generate the income for pay their workers. They're not able to generate that. So you're almost there at the brink of collapse. Except if this Sentinel, when they talk about, it has to be competent, fit for purpose, before they were able to transform the SierraTel what they talk about, AAA. I will stop here. I'll give chance to other panelists. Thank you very much, AAA, and thanks to everybody who is listening. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you.
That's not Usman Toli in your submission for today. Usman Toli say no. Make the workers them not return to work without being paid backlog salaries. Because now the question the one day. Make them return to work. Usman Toli say no. Well, look out whose friend. Make we waiting in get for we. Yes, whose friend, welcome on board. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, AAA. Thanks to Mr. Usman Toli, and welcome to Mr. Usman Toli. Again, we are back on the platform. And thanks to all the listeners and viewers. Regarding this SierraTel issue, we don't begin church today, but here, the issue we're in the face now, where this dispute between the government, the procurement committee, whatever they call them, and this new company, this Sentinel telecommunication one for Kando. First of all, we know the government have believed say there are issues we didn't get, but we don't discuss it. You read have been always the good people that follow you production here. But then they try to look waiting now SierraTel will able for benefit to the market and the consumer. Because the consumer, they get good service from the thing they know. Walmart don't they know. And then the markets now, they don't fall behind the market because you don't get these big giants as we see. Free-Cell, SierraTel, they compete with their own system. So the solution now when they try for find for respond to this business, the need wouldn't they see, then they'll be able to do subvention, as we say. They'll not be able for upkeep the thing for compete. The competition they don't come off from certain technology and they move to another method of technology. We don't see other people they don't bring them up. So then no fans say let me find way for sell them. Don't the ring on our head. But first of all, what you mean for see here now two things I believe say they go on here. The performance improvement and the operational efficiency and that talent what the markets get forget. We make up all the other operational efficiency now. But the time tracker more because the government side we then get a body where they look into this we then will pull out from public sector or public something for them to become private. Now that area of time tracker get problem. So but the process now they don't take. If they find out say then do them quick, then come from up, then go find something where they call this Sentinel. But Sentinel then get branch them and then get plenty things where they can do. Because if you read back one point where the management with the BO, Peter BO, so they try for talk on behalf of the bodies, they're not competent and they not do this. Then if they see back on the other side of the government, they say then why they sabi, then why they recommend them, then get all the capability for low come full up this benefit market for let the competition go, then go there. So then at some point, the back and say, well, then why they can't no more for them go able for this, so then go do transition, then go fair go buy and now we go get the asset. So you begin to doubt now, is it a real privatization? So waiting and see, I think first of all, Sentinel, of course, a good company we know. But then they do two work when they see here. Then they do freelance work. And that work they actually then they do as a company again. That then they mediate between a company, like how do they try for do so now? Then they find people that we sabi for can employ them. Then go they take money, then go employ, say, well, we see people that we sabi for can't do this work. They will sabi for can take over this, or get a company who will sabi. So Sentinel go can will recommend this company when other freelance, they go can inside, they can develop this thing for owner. So they get two areas where then they do their work because they actually they as an industry, the industry is telecommunication, and then the sector now under communication, but they get this freelance work where they do back. So I don't know if now freelance work, they don't create a platform of freelancing, or then they come for can work directly as a company where they go then buy the assets. But you see, it's very complicated when government can do all this time tracking issue where they try for bring can, because the advantage day, we all know the advantage day and disadvantage day. But now they see more of the disadvantage than they can, even when the company not begin itself. Disadvantage say then go get problem where less transparency, no good day when a private company take. So it's already showing from the word go. So you go begin a question, then go become flexible, or then go can reduce jobs, then go look over time work day. You see, they don't begin up from the go, but they have been there since September last year, 2021. So they don't get paperwork what they don't do. But if they can't do this paperwork in March, and that 10 days, they've been there for do a transition work, according to mainstream medias. But see that they can't do transition work. That transition work now what they see, they do double figure. Whether they can do freelance, as they say, or then they really for can't take over this. But maybe yourself sometimes the manager, now this kid also say, this company, it actually gets valued partners. We know. It get IBM, Microsoft, one company we then call APC, not the party, but now APC, the group. Now other Intel and Boku things that what they do in terms of telecommunication. But you look at it again, we don't know what's in the capacity, because now they find out the Boku companies them, because then they would Bloomberg. But I'm not able to get any details about what's in them. Then they stayed in Bloomberg. But Bloomberg now like a media how they shouldn't trade people how they do. So I don't know if not days until then capital not good for them who can cover this, or that delay as they not get. But they suspect that kill them, because if it's from September they don't come up to this time, they're not able to do an area where they go do an election, because I believe say they don't employ a company when I think some French company where they can do a kind of they do transition for them go do human resource. You know, when they go in charge of for pay, they work money. They don't apply this as fix something. For can't do that work this. So I don't know again if that one they don't work fine. They're not able to do this because of the market where they go up, they can't do. The companies and they match companies and they close and they go. So I don't know if another one day they happen. But again, Uda them we will come back to. We come back to the one that we begin and say we can't get benefit for the market, for the consumer that we can't get. We will try to make a competition for this. So you will find out the problem will deep and that time tracking with the government in issue. But what me advise the government and procurement, let them land for the look. Because even the other side of trade, when you look back, and even the big let people they get knowledge, that if not store this, then go give people and learn a bit about this marketing, about how they call them, this Bloomberg or whatever you call them, the stock marketing. That stock marketing, get from now, because stock marketing involved in everything. It's hard substance now. Thing that way they sell so physically they hold out the hand, or thing that like telecommunication. You get from know all this, so you go know that they day how you go compete there, whether you go check for can do business, or you put money, subvert them, and bring the technology and people who they can't know how, you develop them, you find out, say, then the balance not go fine of the advantage and the disadvantage. Because the advantage is there actually, because you create employment like if you work fine. The disadvantage then when you look at less transparency, like that the most thing what they happen now, where people they don't know, where they create this problem. You see people and they go put survey and other things and all those kind of things they come, leading people the people when they work there, some of them picking. It don't take even another labor, special labor group within there, don't they go on media, they talk, now then they pull money back, they give the people there for work, then they help them with their host, which is real. I don't know no more the day where that guy come because he analyzed all by name. The one the way then they pull money, they give for them, and they don't suck it. Pull them at the host. Recently, there's a 17-year-old girl. You don't go get belly because of the daddy, no, they get the respect and the breaker. So what the government get for you? When they say human capital, when they say we want for develop the human index, the development index, and then things if we're not able to make them work again, we can spoil again, like muddying the ground, not the water. So if you're not able to develop, just left-handed in some way where this is on time, I will pay and then you can create another thing. The in between, you get families, you get marriages that we don't break, where they affect social, you give work to social welfare, you give work to the hospital, you give work to the women that when they fight about child, this, that. You create a whole chaos only because you don't get a due process. I will left also. Saturday we'll go into them, but God help the leaders. They are actually having problems. They're actually having problems in how to manage things where it be say, whether because of influence what we talk about, or people where they try for can't get that when politically influenced people. A big topic. The people who get political influence. These are the ones who are crazy in this problem. We don't get oligarchs, but we have people who are politically influenced. Who they cause all this and they don't know what and they go bring everything at the country. We know they know side the end. Let God help you leaders and lead them for. God bless you and thank you very much for your relentless efforts. And thanks a lot to everyone. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's Usfriend in your submission for today. You will listen, not gonna say yeah? Because soon yourself get for come and make your voice be heard. Make yourself see if you want for tell with Ambulem, may them sit down a house or may them continue the strike. But remember, waiting the managing director don't tell them. He say I like the strike. And not the change. So the strike action self what they do, he say no they bring change. Now so he don't tell them. So but to open the phone line, you self get for coming and make your own voice be heard. But SierraTel always in our mind. Because SierraTel is supposed to be a company with for team up one above all the other one them. But unfortunately, we not sabi what we get for make we handle. Let I come with Tony, make we hear waiting na you take today. Welcome on board, Tony Touye Jones. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, Fabule Muna Kushe Kapo. Thanks for having me, Abraham. With SierraTel, I normally say they lost opportunities. Wherein we all know how the private sector, we come to telecom, Nasalon, we take Africell, we take Orange, how then they make money, then they generate so much revenue. And if you see then they do so much in them corporate social responsibilities, some of those revenues and money then we then generate from the customers then. You understand? We own, in fact, in all government institutions, where if you say these are institutions where we further want for be more viable, like road transport, all them things, and these are lost opportunities. All government institutions, just because of the method where they use for run this of offices, they put square pegs them in a round hole. Make up bring you back to audit reports. If anybody they listen, we will get your audit reports. Make them go page 7, Roman figure 7. If you read Roman figure 7 under public debt, you will see say SierraTel gets a loan with a take of $29,450,000 from Exim Bank. That money there, even the audit service, if you're able to read down there, it will tell you say they're not even disclosure. He said the loan agreement was, however, not submitted to the Anti-Corruption Commission, and the loan received not disclosed in the appendix of the General Purpose Financial Statements for 2020. Where is that money? That money should have been used for expand, for maybe making them able to compete with other players the more we get on the market. We for them make SierraTel for them become more viable, and the benefits where government for them get for so huge because one, they go create employment, then go able for get more revenue because people then definitely get for the pay and income tax. Then go able for internship program for people that they study engineering or whatever for letting go the candidate because our government owned institutions they for don't do in a way we are in that particular institution. Most governments or civil servants, the way they work, they should have been the brand ambassador. Which even the president, even everybody for the use when our government functionaries for the use SierraTel. We see Safaricom in Kenya. We see other companies and other players elsewhere, how governments they enjoy. So when you don't get our full and running, a day in that scale, if you want for sell and sell, you go to sell and make revenue. Because people they now they buy company, they not they buy company because of buying company for sake. Now that make you find that say the managing director tell you say he even the doubts the one with the can't take up. Because mind you, when you take over a company, there are clauses. Nobody know gladly for can take up assets and liability. The liability of SierraTel is huge. Mind you, all those people when they cry for payments, SierraTel for years normally they upgrade their network. So the network or equipment they're very absolute. So which means if you get a player where they come in, you get for change everything. You get for reinvest, you get for do more upgrade, you get for do more. And those are capital intensive. Then before you begin to talk about the human capital, now when are the people they provide or liabilities. So it's difficult for me to get a serious player we go come for take over them. So this loan where they take, therefore don't be the money where they for don't take for expand. You understand? So basically what we are seeing here is people because of the way all man want couple take the money, whose side that money they go? You understand? So it's a lost opportunities. You see governments instead of promoting their own when a SierraTel, then they promote AfriCell, they promote other private player. It's like AfriCell is being owned by government. Every function or activity government gets, you will see them top of mind awareness as we can call them. Then placard go in at the back, then they do within publicity for where is SierraTel? When a government-owned institution, we they left them, they die, we are promoting private sector because of direct benefit. Or what we are benefiting from their companies. So when you look at all them things, and we are not serious. Let me tell you, say yes, actually yesterday say the core areas them or institutions say, that we should uphold, what we for don't own. Now they all they left. Now we they push them now to send. You see, that company the way they can go ready for take over assets and liability of all them. No, they're not going to believe when they now lip service. Read and watch for the company where they come back. Are they key players in the world? Are they like MTN? Are they like Vodafone? Are they like other key MTN or we gonna big players or we get money, we get the needed capital for take over their assets and liabilities? So that makes you find that say, come on, no ever team up. Because who that for they can buy Common? You reach them Common or millions of dollars or thousands of euros of the trillions. You understand? No company no me there at that particular moment for take over Common. So it makes them deep because they went into to liquidation. You understand what I mean? So what I'm trying to say here is governments get for serious. So many opportunities that they missed out. Look, South Post. They're still paying the CD, the MD. You go South Post, there's duplication of function. One green post, I go post something, you get for passing a 5 person you have. When you go post on who side you live at the wall. Now one get post in the handle the document, he post that, he stamp, he put stamp and ID, he pass up, you pay. Yes, suppose you get for go to this, you will say on call, then they put sticker, you commode, you go to the other person, then they do this. I mean, they should be thinking outside the box. These are institutions. Telecom get money. Even if SierraTel gets opportunity, they have the gateway. What do we do with the gateway? We push them to third party and they enjoy them. So SierraTel has so much opportunities, whether for all leveraged on, you understand? I mean, what are good one of our patronize in you? When are we on? But we promote other telecom company. So we are not serious. we're really not serious. They took $29,450,000. It didn't have the audit report. Who's that the money go? What can they do with the money? They expand? No. Most of the equipment, they cannot even match competition at the country. They can't. Just because of the same bad politics, bad policies, the way Usman Soli said it, poor management, put things around all, famble, paddy, this, that's what you expect. So some money that we for don't take for develop this institution. Look like road transport. They go through all day. Look how transport they make money. If government can leverage and say, this institution, let us run them and make them like we run like a private institution, invest in them, because year in, year out, there is projected amount when they allocate to those to the ministries, transport ministry, this and that. What are they doing with the money? Before that, you see houses, people are building houses, people they flop their driveway with cars. There's nothing wrong with buying those things, building houses, but let the institutions that government creates or the institution that they with it, let them become viable, let them run, let them able to create more employment, create more revenue, able for complete. Anybody who want to invest in a salon, they look for these things. We have them before that. The next day, a lot of privatize. Sometimes I can feel upset when you read the Minister of Information, they talk from the, oh, we're going to privatize. Do you know the effect? It's not benefiting us. It benefits that one way to go privatize to, because the money they go in their pocket to take and send in their country. Money that should have been used and spent and developed salon when our young companies them when they take the opportunity with a t-shirt when they pick at them and they can say you push out your left foot. We all blessing them. We all institution that will get hospitals that will for develop people them will come. It's a learning institution will for develop people there for the come they need it for an exchange. With them money they will inject her. Business people, the small, medium enterprise themselves go able for enjoy and benefit, because if people in the common country can't study in a salon, then they count foreign exchange. People that they come for medical condition, then they count foreign exchange. People that they come for Gando, other things that we will say we got competitive advantage more than other country than we never we go able to bring revenue. Where them money then they small hotel, there's small guest house, they must boom, they must feel the effect. You must see that's not how you grow your GDP. But we just think that growing our GDP is by receiving, government just receive grants for Miami, government just receive this, this will not receive. No. That make we not get sense for spending money. There is no emotional intelligence, because when they use them free money, this time you receive free money. How do they spend free money? This money are not spent for they spend. So that's so they happen in our country. So even the loans that they take for build these institutions, they know they sweat and think how they for multiply their money 2 for 2 4, 4 to 8, this and kind of thing. Before the 1 man they should hit farmer. It's a cabal. Now make it very difficult for make you fight against corruption. That's all, because it's a cabal from top to bottom. Everybody they receive your envelope. So tell me where you ready for prosecute. Who are you prosecute? You know, they prosecute the whole thing because they are all party card carriers. They're all stakeholders in their party the way they do. So before you make 1, 2 noise you go on news, you don't die down, you don't go under the carpet. So that's why it is difficult for we build institution in our salon, because I'm not to say the person with the head SierraTel now president build a family, I'm not the best of that because he probably is qualified to handle the job. But let them for do a forensic audit. Look some of these institutions and look the people that win their appoint. Do they have the technical skills? Do they have the required knowledge? Do they have the manpower? Do they have the know-how? Are they people's testing? Do they have the management skills? You understand? So this is the problem with SierraTel they face. Who's that money they go? $29,450,000. What if we don't use for expand? What if we don't use for do so many things? We don't even know what is happening. So it's really, really sad. So they make this government, if they really forget another time, let them put their foot down and make perfect the little things then. Even if you want to appoint somebody for manage this institution, let the people that are managing these institutions, let them be people that were qualified in their areas they did. Make sure say for even audit service they put audit reports. The internal audit department, just like how those private sectors are being run, let them run up to say there is no leakage. Even if there is leakage, let the leakage not be that high risk where it will affect the growth of the company. Because most of these institutions, the leakage is more than the revenue where they make. So let me keep on say they grow. Look, road transport, where the bus system, do we have parts? Do they have workstation? We say, if I say, when bus come around, if we change the parts, if we make sure, say, fuel or say, a road worthy for the next day for making. These are how you build institutions. Obama me said it once in Ghana. I said, Africa don't need strong men. Africa need strong institutions. Now the institution and they know you they build on. When we man can I continue team up, you see buses are running, taking people them elsewhere. We nobody know the script, people don't know the load inside container. They take you guys serious. People don't know the sick and die of common sickness because hospitals are well equipped, the equipment are everything a day. They take you guys serious. So if some companies they can for do due diligence, they look at those things. In case are sick, they say yes, there is a facility, good medical facility for take care of me. At least give me a first aid before I fly go to my country. They look at all those parameters. They look at even communication. We promote other people's business just because we have percentage in those businesses. Or we receive brown envelope or kickbacks from those institutions. Then it affects me. And not to say he knew. These are historic problems from past regime. Maybe the one way they fed for comeback, so they will still do it. So we can forget that kind of Sunday. Or when that 360-degree from APC, SLPP, whoever when they serve that country day. Not to base on party. Put people around those institutions, if they make money enough for themselves. Everybody will benefit. Look how the rates at which you see young people are traveling to Turkey. And then I airport February before they come. You see young people, all man they go Turkey. Young girls. The old man they move out. People are moving out. Brain drains. People that wait for company come. So it's difficult and sad. I just don't want to steal the show because a lot of people they do with the list with that good ideas. They have burning desire of seeing institutions that will for be run independent and generate revenue. They've been struggling, but we promote SierraTel. We promote other. Ask the president if he even gets SierraTel. SierraTel sim. Ask any minister if he even gets. Before you ask them for the number, then they give Orange or AfriCell number. So how you expect for the government-owned institution make money? How you expect that for make it become viable? Where the authorities then where they up where they before they don't even use SierraTel. Definitely, it's a neglect. It's a neglect. So we're not serious until we can be serious. But we act together and begin think. We actually be that kind of revolutionary thinkers. Then I'll not say we're ready for go before. The opportunity has there. We have the resources. The one that's what they use. They use the resources locally. Give opportunities so people for can study outside and go back for go serve the country. I mean, it's sad, Abraham. That I'm your take.
Thank you very much.
We're not even promote real SierraTel.
Thank you very much, Tony.
You know, me and you they use their service. Ask if they're the user. They're the user.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, bro.
I want to say thanks to 22 Jones, whose friend Kamara, and also Usman Toli for their own submission today. Judge Kamara say it just started calling they promote free education, but then picking them, not they use them. Like I tell you now, I just don't say we would use SierraTel, but it don't reach to the pathway. I think we can't anymore. We can't. Because our losses are for nothing losses, and we end up use a different service for something we don't pay for already. So it don't make sense for you SierraTel. So we save now one part them people them. When we to pay for don't so we they drop them until they get the act together. When we get then our office, we try for C and they not work for we drop them. But we still get the MiFi and they know they work fine right now, they drop them. I used to use them where are they salon. Now at salon then they work safe again. And if you check fine, then go tell you see the substation where they and our talo, you know they light again, you know they work again. But we own national service. A big boo. It's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. Oh, better yourself for me. I go point per even the one way I be the use now at allo. I get a right now. Indeed, if the service starts again, I go on for user. Go ask ba. The big alejo then in Sierra Leone. The ministers there. Ask if anyone gets SierraTel. Ask them. Even the president in office. Ask anybody there, from the president to the person where they talk for and to the how they write to today. Ask if there anyone they use SierraTel. SierraTel? And say let them go back now work. Even though they're not paying. The managing director Prince Beyonce, I let them sit down. This strike here, not they change anything. Waiting you say. I they open the phone line. 23278990991. Then a WhatsApp. 23278990991 a WhatsApp. Or you can call direct. United States 1-646-610-3107 or United Kingdom 44739-803-0402 direct. The phone line open now, but for I think so we don't do well. In the next 5 minutes, if calls not kinds of they close the line them and we come out now and come back tomorrow. So the phone line them open now. If you want to be a part of the program, your opportunity now in this. Okay, now they go through some messages them. And if not, maybe we don't do well. And so go left here. Just go and say wait to. If person they cook cookery, I ain't they cook am, I ain't they sell, but you know they eat them. You as a customer, how you go feel? If person they cook cookery, they cook and sell, but you know they eat them, but they sell them to you. How you go feel as a customer? Yeah, I can't say, I don't care about the state property, bro. I only care about them pockets. I see. I'll tell you in question. How comes the administration, they how don't come out they how she don't they right now? Then they allow them public institutions here for go down the drain. A shame. 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 Yes, caller, you there live on here, your name and where you call from, please?
Ibrahim sister, they call from California. How you do?
How do you do well? You get 3 minutes, sir. Waiting the workers then for to go back to work?
Well, they never just go back to work. I mean, we all understand how the situation there. I mean, all over the world, where somebody work for able to live, a life way worthy, and for able to take care of other things. After all, I mean, waiting at the needs. If you're spending time and resources, and then there's a contract between this person and whoever they work for an employer. If at some point the person feels disgruntled because of the service system not available or the conditions of service them or like otherwise non-existent, then how you going to expect that person to? I mean, we all come on a country like Sierra Leone, we know how the situation is, and they even get enough, for take home at the end of the month, like how you go actually able to survive. And then on top of that, then they deprive you, I mean, this, is so pathetic, it's sad, And if you look at the economic scale, any communication outlet, we now a government institution like SierraTel, well, we know back in the day when I've been SierraTel, we at least we function to that level. You will be proud at least to some extent because then you'll be getting dial phone and kind of stuff, but at least you get service. And people let me work now like when you get custom to so SierraTel be there when somebody work there at the end of the day they bring home come something, and at the enjoyment of office and But if it go to the point where for let somebody survive a problem, then it definitely know what that person is in time, So it really sad. For me, you SierraTel go say, okay, they're not going to talk to nobody. But at least if at some point, they not get people there for go work, we will show up for work, and how they go exist. So for say, we talk to the workers, I mean, no, that don't make sense. You really get for talk with them people there because the people there, the situation is justified. Nobody will feel good, everything okay, and then you go say, okay, like go strike, like go demonstrate. No. Now because the situation, even that makes somebody they take to the street or demonstrate, to this kind of extent, you see. But if the government or whoever they represent the company say, no, we are not willing to talk, and then, in other words, you deprive the people then, and then not only the people then, but what about also the economy itself? If they manage SierraTel properly, national communication as we get money, or almost say yes, communication get money. Big tycoons say like, well, almost everybody gets anti-communication. So if they say they need to talk to the people then, I really don't feel it's a good idea. My own, suggestion is my opinion. And thank you again, Mr. Ibrahim Sisse from Los Angeles, California.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Well, I think Ibrahim don't represent everybody. We want call. And so we go left here. Mr. Silla they ask say wait to make all the institution, yeah? And they buck them footing for them. Those are the profits and they go. No, they didn't make profits. They eat all the money. Yeah? Why is the question? Family already working at SierraTel. Who feel for una? Who feel for una? Even though the manager don't say, I like una strike. They change. Nothing. Una hold on. Yeah? I'll continue. Una continue. Let we see how it go end up. I don't see. I'm not going to change. But let we see. And so we go left to the program. And we hope for the best for we fumble them. We go there back tomorrow. Till we meet again tomorrow. And so people lady say, Tata.